Spurge here, and in this video we're going to break down the new Klim Latitude pants and jacket. So this is going to be a light update from what we've seen from Klim in the past version of the Latitude. Remember, there was a change a couple years back, and the Latitude is now really aimed at street touring riders. So this is not for those of you looking for more of a aggressive on-road, off-road adventure setup. This is adventure styling, but really aimed at on-road touring. If you want something similar to this, but you want to go a little bit more on and off-road, the Carlsbad jacket is really what you want to be considering. Carlsbad is a jacket and pant combo. If you want something that's a step up from this in Klim's line, you'd be looking at the Kodiak 3-layer performance core shell. The Kodiak is the top of the line street touring option from Klim. That's up into like the $1,400 range, whereas we're seeing the Latitude come in around the $800 price point for the jacket, around $650 for the pants. That's up about $100 for both the jacket and then up an additional $100 for the pants. So we are seeing a price increase being worked into this particular piece. Now, I would say a lot of that is probably really aimed at combating inflation more than it's speaking to any of the key changes that we're seeing with this particular jacket. Really, if you're looking at this, the style is much more unique, and I would say kind of a younger demographic is what they're going for with the style upgrades to this. It's definitely a bit more of a modern style and a bit more hip in its design from what we've seen from the previous version of the Latitude. Then there's some key feature changes to make the jacket even lighter, even more comfortable for all-day use. So really what we're going to talk through as we work our way through this is some of the key changes that they've made to reduce the bulk and improve performance of the particular jacket. All in all, it's a nice upgrade from the previous version while still holding true to what people really gravitated to and enjoyed about the Latitude in past generations. So let's kick things off with sizing. Mr. McHugh, on my left-hand side, he stands at 6 feet tall. He weighs 220 pounds. He has a 44-inch chest, typically wears his jeans in a size 34. No surprises with the outfit on this. He's wearing the jacket in a large, the pants are a 34, and it fits him spot on. As long as you're using that size chart, you should have no surprises from Klim. Now, the jackets will range from a small up to a 4XL in sizes, 4 different colors available, and then the pants will range from a 30 to a 44 with both short and long options available there. So really, no changes to the style, or no changes to the fit rather, or what to expect as long as you're using Klim's size chart. Now, the main construction on this for the core of it has stayed the same. It's a Gore 2-layer performance shell. This is going to be pretty high up in the Gore-Tex family without getting up into their 3-layer. Their 3-layer is their top of the line. The 2-layer is still pretty aggressive for those of you looking for all-weather protection. Now, when we're talking about the Latitude, this is a bring your own base layer design. It's a Gore 2-layer performance shell, but there's no thermal protection under this. It is really all about weather and waterproof protection. When you're looking at the Kodiak does have that puffer jacket included with it. This is, Klim is trusting you that you're going to build your own base layers under this particular jacket. Now, within that 2-layer performance shell, we have seen some changes. You're getting 600D Cordura in some of your impact zones like the shoulders on this. And then when we get in the elbows, you are going to have goat leather, which is used as well there. Some of the changes to both of these as we talk through this. So let's start off with the collar. So really when you're looking at the collar, nothing here has really changed. It is lined in goat leather, and then you are going to have these tie downs. So if you're riding it like I prefer, I like to leave the collar open and then they latch right down to these tie downs. It just kind of gives you a little bit of extra room so you don't feel like the collar is poking into you. And that does help with airflow a little bit as well. As we work our way down, you're going to see those pops are reflective coming through here. The ballistic Cordura that we're seeing on the shoulders has changed. It used to be an 840D Cordura, and it would work its way all the way up to the collarbone. They've actually reduced the amount of Cordura you're seeing here, and then the goat kind of comes in right below this. But what I like about this is it's lighter. That 840D Cordura was a bit bulky, a little bit over the top, and this stuff is going to work to keep you safe. It's just not going to have that extra weight, and that's really what Klim was going for. They wanted to reduce the bulk and the weight of this particular jacket, and they're doing that with small key changes. Now, The armor in this is going to be a CE level D30 LP1 armor in the shoulders and the elbows. It is going to have a CE level 1 back protector in it. And then when you get down to the pants, again, same thing. We're looking at a CE level 1 armor. Critique here is that if you're going to use CE level 1, the Ghost armor is CE level 1. And if you're trying to cut bulk out, the Ghost armor probably would be a better fit for this. I do think that a lot of people feel the Ghost armor, which is that real thin, kind of almost not even their armor, and they feel like it's not substantive enough, even though it's rated the same from a CE perspective. So I think a lot of times why the manufacturers will still go with this thicker CE level armor is it feels a bit more substantial, it feels a bit more protective. But really, my overall critique here from Klim is that if you're going to have a jacket around the $800 price point, I think it's time you bump to CE level 2 protection. So really what I would have loved to have seen is that for the $800 price point, the Latitude get a bump to CE level 2 armor. So just keep that in mind. It is CE level 1 protection throughout. You can upgrade to the CE level 2 if that is something that speaks to you. As you work your way down the arm on this, you have a two-way zip at the cuff, which works as a vent, a direct vent right into the body, or you can use it to get in and out of the jacket itself with the outside vent. But you also are going to have an adjuster Velcro down here, and then the cuff is lined in that goat skin as well. You're also getting a new adjuster at the bicep. This wasn't there on the previous version, so you now have a bicep adjuster to fine-tune fitment. The other thing that's changed here is that the vent over here along the side, and again, what I like about Klim when you're getting up into their Gore-Tex layer protection, you get all that waterproof protection from the shell, but you still get direct-to-body venting. So in the warmer months, you can open up all the vents and you can get a tremendous amount of airflow to push through. Water-resistant zippers throughout the entire piece. The vent over here on the side has been shifted. It used to be a little bit higher up on the body. They've actually moved this down, and it now pushes airflow directly into your armpit and your Under Armour area where we all tend to overheat. So really great redesign of the vent itself. And then a little zipper garage up there for the zipper to live when you're not using it. As you're coming down the front on this, this is the high vis colorway, pops a high vis. You have dual vents on either side. And as you reach in there, those do double as pockets. You can leave those open as vents. You can do them as maybe like a cell phone pocket or something like that, but really those are designed to be there as vents. And then you have dual hand warmer pockets on either side. Just taking a quick look down the front of the pant, really style change, a little bit of asymmetry. You have a pocket over on the left-hand side, which is a top-loading pocket. And there's some extra little compartments within the pocket itself. As you work your way down, you're gonna see you do have the goat down there. As we have Mr. McHugh shift to the side, you're gonna get a better angle of this, but the goat has been changed from a regular solid goat into a perforated goat leather. And the idea here being is that, Klim is putting so much time and effort into the breathability of Gore-Tex that to put large patches of leather over top of it that aren't breathable really kind of defeats some of the purpose. So McHugh, go ahead and face sideways for me, strike the riding position. And you're going to see that's the perforated goat that we're looking at here. As you look underneath the arm, we're going to call it a two-way stretch Gore material. So you get, without having big, bulky accordion stretch panels, you're now getting this nice kind of, comfortable stretch material underneath the arm, but without any added bulk. Pops are reflective down the arm, and you can see the Klim logo just there on that extra little piece of goat as well. Coming down, you're going to have two-way adjusters at the base on this, so you can really fine-tune exactly how you want the jacket to sit. And then you do have an expansion zipper there as well. The expansion zipper carrying over from previous, Klim versions. Here is where you have your exhaust vent coming out the back. So it sits a little bit low in the jacket. Would have been interesting to see this kind of moved up a little bit to kind of allow that air that's pushing through the vent at the front of the arm to kind of work its way through the back. I can see why they didn't do it from a stretch standpoint, but that vent could be moved up maybe just a hair, in my opinion, to help with the airflow. But it's dual vents on both sides. As you work your way down the outside of the pant on this, you can see the cargo pocket over on the left-hand side. And again, all those water-resistant zippers, pops are reflective, and then you have an adjuster strap down at the upper portion of the calf to help get the pants as cinched down as you want them to be. McHugh, go ahead and face backwards for me. Starting with the top, you are going to have a cinch cord at the top of the collar. So if you do get caught in the rain, you can cinch that down and make sure that there's no water pushing through. As you work your way down, pops are reflective. You can see give you that humanoid form. Little K in the Klim logo with the goat skin at the top, and then you have goat skin piping that works its way down from the top of the jacket. No exterior rabbit pouch on this, and keep in mind, a lot of times manufacturers put the rabbit pouch because that's where you want to store a liner. All of your waterproof protection is baked into the jacket, and you do have a CE Level 1 back protector included as standard with this particular piece. As you work your way down to the bottom of the pants, you're going to see the extra reinforced ballistic or the 600D Cordura at the seat on this. And then you're also going to see the extra vents at the back of the thigh. So all that air that's pushing through from the front is going to push through straight to the back. McHugh, just face towards me for a second. Hold up this arm. So as always with Klim, we do have the ID pouch right here. There is a hidden pocket underneath as well. So if you want to store something and you don't want people to find it, there is a separate hidden pouch underneath that ID pocket. The other thing to note is, and McHugh, you can go ahead and face forward, there is going to be behind the back protector on these jackets, there's a hidden pocket there as well. So if you're touring across borders and you want to make sure that your documents, your passports, extra cash is stored somewhere that can't easily be found, there is a hidden pocket behind the back protector on this particular jacket. Taking a look at the inside, really no surprises here. You have a Napoleon pocket over on the left-hand side, you have a top-loading storage pocket over on the right-hand side, and then two top-loading pockets on the inside with a cinch cord down below. YKK zips on this are two-way, so once you zip it up, if you're finding that the jacket's pushing up on you a little bit, you can open the bottom of the jacket up to give you that extra bit of room as you're sitting more upright in the bike. Again, keeping in mind that this is more of a seated position and less of a standing up adventure riding. The other thing to note here too is I misspoke a minute ago. So you have pockets at the front, the zippers on the side are not cargo pockets, that's where your vent is. So the vents have been removed from the front of the jacket on this, and you now have vents that work its way around the side. So misspoke, but I caught myself, and that's all that matters, right? You gotta just admit when you're wrong and then fix your mistakes. Mr. McHugh, you can go ahead and zip up. For those of you that have never used a Klim jacket or a Klim Latitude, this is really getting you up into that premium level of what you'd expect from Klim. Again, this is coming in around the $800 price point for the jacket, and this is your, getting into those rides where you are spending days on the motorcycle. You want that weatherproof protection, you want the style, you want the comfort, you want the fit. Like you saw when Pat opened up the jacket, there really is no thermal protection worked in here. It's just a very sophisticated shell, and then you get to build out your base layers or your heated vests or anything you want to wear underneath it. But really, this is a full Gore-Tex shell, which is going to keep you safe from the elements, the rain, the moisture, anything that throws at you, you're going to be comfortable underneath your little Gore-Tex shell here. So for those of you that are not sure which outfit in the Klim lineup is right for you, and there's a lot of different variations, well, first and foremost, if you want to hear what other riders are having to say, you can click the info button on your desktop or mobile device. You can read other rider reviews on this. And then if you're still curious and you still have questions as to where you fall in the Klim line, you can always reach out to one of our customer service representatives, and they can walk you through all the different options to make sure that you get outfitted with the right piece of gear for your ride, your riding style, as well as your budget. I want to thank you for joining us today as we take a look at the Klim Latitude Jacket and Pants. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.